Hello everybody and welcome to another CardPackRip.com video. My name is Shane. Today is the first video in a multi-part series for basically tutorials on how to get back into card collecting. I just have had to take the journey myself, and I've had to piece together the information from all sorts of different sources, and it's taken me a long time, and I just wanted to compile one playlist where people that are interested in getting back in the hobby can find out exactly what they're looking for and kind of take it from there and get back into collecting themselves, because this is one of the most fun things ever. And I remember doing this when I was 8 to 10 years old, and it was super exciting, and now I'm getting back into it at 35, and I hope other people feel the same way. Or if you're an experienced collector, maybe you just haven't even dove into the internet and how to figure out a lot of this stuff, hopefully this tutorial right here will help. So what we're doing today, I want to show people how to find the pricing of their cards. Now, that's probably the most common question I get right now on every one of my videos or in my messages on Instagram or anything like that. People are like, how do I find the value of my card? I've had cards sitting in a box and I don't know. I mean, I'm going to pull it out now because I've watched this video of you pack ripping other packs or rare packs and stuff like that. And I might have something crazy or some random rookie. And how do I know what it's worth? So this is what we're going to try to show you right here in this video. The easiest and free. I don't want you to pay for a subscription somewhere or anything like that. This is the best gauge you could possibly get pretty fast and efficiently without having to pay for a subscription and join some site that tells it for you. This is pretty much the easiest way. So last night, I was just randomly by myself opening some 1991 Stadium Club in search for the Brett Favre rookie. And I found him. Boom, got lucky. I pulled him out of a box. So I want to see, in the event that this gets graded a 10, which I'm going to do a grading video of, like, what are you looking for in order to get a 10. That type of stuff plays a factor into the pricing. So when you see pricing and it says, this is a PSA 10, this is the value, that is the most rare card form that you could possibly get. Cards, newer cards from, let's say, 2006 on up to present day are a lot easier to find in a 10 because there was print consistency across the board from all the major manufacturers. But vintage cards, if you like to collect those like myself, they definitely had a lot of indiscrepancies with miscuts. I mean, you could see some real random stuff. We just opened this 1951 box yesterday, and you can see, like on the back of this card, the centering is completely left to right and things like that. And those play factors. Back in the day, it wasn't as easy to get consistency. So real rare stuff like Jim Brown's rookie card, you're not going to find in a 10 very often. Well, actually, you've never found it in a 10. So in a 9, it's worth $400,000. In a 10, if you ever found one, the only version, it's worth whatever you want to set the price for because it's one of one in the world. So stuff like that is why you want to collect, and be cautious with the number that people throw out when they're like, in a 10, this is amazing, so let's search for this bad boy. Definitely going to be super rare, very .001 Powerball type winning to get a card that you're wanting from a vintage pack in a 10. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these prices. But so I pulled this. It looks really good. Very nice centering. Back looks great. Corners are all perfect. Those are all grading features. So I think there's a possibility, once I send this in, which I'm going to, that I'm going to get a decent rating or a decent grading for it. So what is the pricing? Once I get it back, it is a 10. This is amazing. What is the pricing for it? So now we're going to go to eBay. This is the easiest way to find out. I typed in 1991 Topps Stadium Club Brett Favre. Okay? So now what you want to do is you want to go here. You want to change price plus shipping to the highest first. So that's going to show you the highest pricing of that card. Okay? Now you want to go down on the left side. If this is desktop, it's going to be here. If it's mobile, it'll say filter in the top right-hand corner. But you want to go down here and you want to click on sold items. That's going to also check completed, because in order for it to be sold, the auction has to have been completed. Now we're going to see, okay, what did that card sell for in a PSA 10, which is the highest grade you can get for a card in the last few auctions. So this one sold April 25th for $599, but there's a line through it. So that means somebody accepted the offer. We don't know what the price that they accepted, but usually you're not going to go down too far from what you put it at. So that probably sold for like 450 bucks, 500, you never know. Same with this one, 549 with a line through it. This one actually sold here for $540 through an auction on May 14th with 34 bids. So you know for sure if you have a 10, you could definitely get about $540 for that. Here, May 21st, 453, 449, May 8th. So these are all consistent. So what do we see? All right, on a high day, where we somehow get a lot of popularity to this and there's not a lot listed, we're going to get $540. On a low day, it looks like we're going to get about $400 recently. These are all recent prices. So $400, $450, if you put it up for auction, you start getting some bids. So that's how you effectively find out what's. So once I get this back from grading, I'm going to send it in. It's going to cost me 10, 20 bucks, depending on how fast I want it back. And once I get it back, I now can turn around and sell it for $540. I only invested $80 in the entire box of Top Stadium Club. So if it comes back at 10, I got a healthy profit for that. And it was super fun to look for, which is what the hobby's about. So if I want a profit, boom, I got one. If not, I just want to put it in the collection, which is most likely what I want to do since I only paid $80 for it. If it came back at 10, I got profit. I get to stick it on the shelf, and I now have one of the Hall of Fame legends in collectible, and that's kind of the idea that you want to do. Now, if you want to try to check other areas and you want to learn, let's say you want to learn about this set and what other cards are valuable, you would go to Google and you're going to type in exactly what you're looking for. So let's say you were interested in finding out, okay, what's the best cards to look for out of that 1991 Topps Stadium Club football pack. You're going to type in 1991 Topps Stadium football right here on Google. Okay, the first one that's going to come up is Cardboard Connection. Cardboard Connection is actually a very good site if you're looking to try to find information on the pack. So I highly recommend using them. They have a lot of information. This is going to tell you product history. It's going to tell you which key cards you're looking for right there to kind of put them in your collection. So when I was going through there, I was like, oh, what do I see here? Okay, Barry Sanders. Let's throw that bad boy in there. Joe Montana. We got a bunch of Joe Montanas. Barry Sanders, you know what I'm saying? So that way you know, okay, hey, these are the ones that if I'm going through one box and I get lucky enough to find these cards, these are the ones that I want to save. So I found that to be very helpful with the stuff that you're trying to do just overall. To try to figure out, okay, what's in this pack, what could be potential. Then you also want to go to PSA card. The reason I don't just use PSA card, because they do have pricing over here, is because I want to see practical application in real life auction setting on eBay. Because a majority of people, like probably 90% of card sales take place on eBay. So it's some place that you actually want to really check the pricing if you want to find like up to date, most current, because I don't think PSA updates their pricing as much. But that way you're finding history on the product. You can click here and find facts about the product too. It'll tell you kind of, you know, what they should look like, what are the key cards, so that you see this set is anchored by regular issue cards. Emmitt Smith, we saw that in eBay, was one of our sellers. Marcus Allen, Michael Irvin. So I've compiled all that over here, which is pretty awesome. And then on here, it's going to show you like the main area of what's the best cards. So as soon as you go in, these are the ones that price out. The rest you don't really have to worry about. So Ricky Waters, rookie. If you see an R, that's a rookie designation for a card. So you got Brett Favre, rookie, and you got Hall of Famer, HOF. That's going to show you the Hall of Famers that are in the deck that you want to try to collect. So they did a special print, which was the Super Bowl version. That's super rare, and that one's worth astronomical numbers because they only gave it out, I believe, at the Super Bowl, and it actually has a Super Bowl stamp on it. So that kind of gives you a comprehensive guide on what to look for. You can type in other packs pretty much the same exact way. Like for instance, we opened a 1961 Fleer basketball set or unopened pack. That pack was very expensive, so we needed to figure out, okay, what am I looking for? How awesome is it? Also tells you, is it worth even trying to open? Are there values to those cards? And as you can see, Wilt Chamberlain, Hall of Fame rookie, 40,000 in a mint 9. That would have been epic. And I actually got the Wilt Chamberlain, which was awesome. But as I told you about grading, we sent it away. We just got it back, actually. So for the people that have watched that video, here's a surprise. Here, if you don't follow us on Instagram, I got it back. We got the Wilt Chamberlain rookie that I sent to PSA, came back at 6.5. So in live actual auctions right now, it sells a little bit more than this says. This says somewhere in between 6 and 7 would probably be about 2,500. I have actually seen 6s sell for more like $3,000, and now 7s are up to 5 plus. So this is probably about 4,000. So pretty awesome for opening that pack, and we got to see that. Plus, I got a Paul Arizin, which is probably going to come back a 6 at least because that was in the same set. I got the action card, which so you go down here, you look at action cards of Bill Russell, and that action card actually sells for a lot more than this. If you go here, so it's $1,250 and a 9. That one's actually in better condition than this, so I think it's going to get at least a 7. But the 7s right now are selling for like $600 because the hobby is booming and people want to collect all these awesome people. I'm sending that one into PSA 2 along with that Paul Arizona and a few others in one collection. But that just shows you what you're looking for, how you're looking for it. Very exciting stuff. I want everybody to participate in this hobby and make the most out of it, and you should know what you're collecting and why you're collecting it, and the fun of opening the box and seeing the excitement and knowing what treasure you're hunting for. So very, very fun hobby to get involved in, and I appreciate the support I've got so far, and I hope this video was pretty helpful to you guys as well. So thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, like this video, comment, and we're going to be putting out some more stuff. Please follow us on Instagram if you haven't. Instagram.com/cardpackrip. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.